Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, April 13th and I am reading two books. So I am reading Iron Gold. I started both of them last week. Iron Gold I started at the beginning of the week, but I am reading it like slowly and I am on page 113, so only this much in, but I don't plan actually on finishing it this week, especially because I won't really be reading during the weekend, and during the week I also don't expect to have that much time to just like sit down and read this book, but I definitely want to make progress and I am really enjoying it. And the other book that I'm reading is Dig, which is a horror book. Oh, this is the fourth book in the Red Rising saga, which is sci-fi. This is Dig, which is a horror book, and I am 26% in, and this one I do expect to finish soon because I am mostly listening to the audiobook of this, so I just, I will listen to it like on the subway on my way to work and back. And if I am like at the cell culture, I will probably be listening to this as well if there's like no one else there that wants to talk, so yeah, this one I do expect to finish soon actually. And honestly, I have no idea what I will read next, but like I was saying, I don't really expect to be reading during the weekend, at least not much, because I do have plans on Saturday. I'm going to, like, a bunch of us are going to like a friend's house and they're going to sleep over there from like Saturday to Sunday, so I will have company and not be here, and will obviously not be reading while I am with my friends. So yeah, during the weekend I will either not read or read very little, but until then I will be reading these two books and then probably something else after I finish Dig, but I don't even know like what genre I want to read. Maybe another horror, because I actually am in a horror mood, and like I was before I started this, which is why I started this, but now that I'm actually reading it, I'm even more in the horror mood, I think. So if I am still feeling this way when I finish it, I will probably just go into another horror book. And yeah, that is it. Other than that, like during the week, it's just gonna be a normal week. And actually tomorrow I am gonna get a package with Funko Pops, which I am very excited about, that I bought last week? No, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, at the end of like, not last week, the week before. And they are the Funko Pops of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and I am very excited to get them. But yeah, that is, I think, what I had to say in this intro, and welcome to the vlog. it is Wednesday night and I do have quite a lot of reading updates because I finished Dig. I started another horror book, like I said that I probably would, and I made some progress in Iron Gold. Not as much as I would have liked, but I've made some progress. I am 40 something percent into this. I am on page 266, chapter 29, and I am now on part 2, and not gonna get into spoilers obviously, but there is a lot happening. Even like just in part 1, which was around the 3rd, like so much happened and like some crazy things that I did not see coming. And also like at the start of part 2 now, even crazier things are happening, and like our main character has gone on like a mission, and like I did not expect what he was doing, but it was definitely very entertaining to read, and like I said, very unexpected and fun in a dangerous way. But yeah, I really did not see that coming, but it was a journey for sure. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm very invested in this, and that's all I'm gonna say without spoilers. And then, like I said, I finished Dig, and I don't think I talked about it at all in this video, but that was a horror book. And basically there was like some years ago, either like 8 or 10 or something like that, there was this kid who like committed a massacre. A bunch of people died, and now like all those years later, there was the like unexpected death of someone like in that same town. And so like a bunch of characters went back to that town, their hometown, which is like in an island. And a lot of people have started having this compulsion to just dig. And so most people in that island are digging, and they are like actually literally digging, and there seems to be like something hidden underground, but they're also like digging for information, like not literally digging. They are like uncovering things, and we are learning about the like that kid that committed the massacre in the past, and like a lot of supernatural elements that that character and others are like connected to. And there was like a very unsettling vibe about the whole book and like the island. And there was like one character that was probably my favorite character. Like they had a lot of information, and I really liked all the chapters that we had with them. And yeah, I really loved the creepy, unsettling vibe, and I definitely had a very good time. And actually a character from like one of these authors' other books was mentioned, and it was, I think, the first book that I read from this author. So that was really fun to see that mention of that other character and like their sort of plots. Obviously, like not giving anything away about that book, but it was like for someone who knows what happened, it, you know, made a lot of sense, and I really like that as well. And yeah, I had a good time, and I think I'm gonna give that 4 stars. And I am now 64% into the next horror book, which is Black River Orchard. And this book is very long, and unfortunately it is feeling very long. And I did get through a lot of this because I had like a lot of time to work like on the cell culture, and there was no one else there, so I was just like listening to it, and a bit of other lab work where I was like alone in the room, and I was just like listening to the audiobook as I was doing my things. And so yeah, that is why I'm like this far into this giant book. This is over 600 pages. And yeah, it's feeling long. It's not that I'm disliking it, but I'm definitely not loving it, and I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed Dig. But this book is also from an author that I've read like a couple of books from before, and that I overall did enjoy them. And actually, like both Dig and this one, there is like, in both of the books, there is like a compulsion that the people feel. So that is interesting. But in this case, it's about apples. And so there are these like special apples. They are, it's called like ruby sleepers, I think. apples, and people start, tasting those apples, and they say they're the best apple that they've ever eaten, and they get like really obsessed with eating these apples, and it sort of becomes kind of like a cult, and people are again like getting this compulsion to just eat the apples, and they are against anyone who doesn't eat the apples, because we are also following some characters that for different reasons have not eaten the apples, and these like people from the apple cults are very against everyone else, and they're getting some explanation about like why the apples are the way that they are, and there is like some violence starting between the apple people and the non-apple people, and there are like a lot of creepy and disgusting descriptions that I do really enjoy, but I don't really like any of the characters. I don't think, even the ones that like I'm supposed to like, I don't really like them that much, like anyone. There is like maybe one character that I kind of like, but just kind of. Like, I don't particularly love any of the characters, and I'm not like, really rooting for them that much. So like, I do like the cult vibe, because I do overall enjoy reading about cults. The like unsettling and creepy vibe that it gives, I do like that, and I like the creepy, disgusting descriptions that we get with like the apples and what the people are doing, but the characters are just not doing it for me. So like, I'm enjoying it, but I am not loving it. And like I said, it is definitely feeling long. It's feeling very long, but those are my reading updates. And I think I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I do not plan on finishing Iron Gold this week. That is not a goal that I have. Like, it would be great, but I don't think it's realistic to have that goal. So I just want to make some progress. I don't know where part 2 ends, actually. I don't know if it's another third. Okay, actually it's less. It ends on page 380. So I have a little over 100 pages left of part 2. So at least finishing part 2 would be great, and I think that I can actually do. So I'm saying it right here, right now. It is my goal to finish part 2 of this book during this week, and I think I can finish this because I do have the audiobook. I can listen on my way to work and back, and I'm only gonna have like a little more time at this cell culture this week, so not that much time on that, but at least like on the subway I can do that. And while I work out, sometimes I also listen to audiobooks, so I can also do that. I was gonna say like on the train, but I'm actually like, I'm gonna be with my friends on the train to go to like my other friend's house, so I will have company, but still I think I will finish this. And actually I went on Goodreads like maybe half an hour ago, or not even that, and there was like this list of upcoming books like of this spring, and some of them are already out, some will be coming out in the next couple months. And there was one that I added like I think 3 to my TBR, but there was one specifically that is actually already out, like came out last week I think, and it sounded so good. Like, I was like, I want to read this right now. Obviously I will not, because I'm in the middle of 2 books, but that will probably be the next thing that I read, because it really did sound like something that I would absolutely love. If I manage to finish that this week and start something else, the something else will probably be that book, because it did sound absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I think those are all of my updates. But before I go, I just want to say that yesterday I did get my Funko Pops from A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and I am very happy about them. I am not very happy with the state of my package, because I went to a faraway place to get my package, and like the outer box of everything was very damaged. And when I got home and opened that box, even the box of the Funko Pops, they were also very damaged. They were bent, they were like ripped open. It was tragic. Like, I am someone who takes the Funko Pops out of the box and like I display them out of the box. But like, if I was to display them on the box, I would be screwed, because the boxes are fucked. I do save the boxes, I just don't have them on display in the boxes, and I will save these boxes, but they are really in a terrible condition. But I'm going to show you my Funko Pops because I am obsessed with them. And so we have Egg, and he is adorable. I love him so much. Then we have Lionel Baratheon, iconic. And then I have the Dunk Funko Pop, and like the Dunk one had like two versions, and you have like the normal version and the, I guess, special version, and it's like random. You have a chance of getting the special edition, but it's like super random. You cannot like order it. And I was one of the lucky people that got the special one, and I am obsessed. Like, I did not think I would ever be that lucky person, but I am very happy because like the normal version is like Dunk with his like peasant clothes and the old shield, and the special edition that I have is like with this clothes for the like the battle, like his armor and the new shield. And look at him, look at the little shield. I am obsessed. I love him so much. It's so cute, and I'm very happy. Like the boxes were all very damaged. It was all very damaged, but when I saw that I had like the special edition Dunk, I was so happy that it did not really matter anymore. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. I love them so much. They are perfect. And yeah, now I think that is all that I had to tell you. I don't even know if I mentioned at the time that I filmed the intro for this video on Monday that my allergies were like killing me, because maybe I did, probably did, I don't know. I was suffering, not as much as I was like during the rest of the day, because I filmed that at night. Actually, like my meds really worked sometimes. Like most times they do really work and like really fast, but like there are some times where it really takes like 2 or 3 days for me to feel better. But in that case, like it worked great. Like I took the meds at like 7, I'm not entirely sure. And yeah, by the time I filmed, I was already feeling better. And then yesterday on Tuesday, I was already feeling so much better. And today I'm almost like back to normal, which is still like having to blow my nose a few times a day. But that is just, you know, me. That is just who I am. That is just what my life is like. And yeah, I feel so much better. And yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go. I've been talking for 60 minutes for some reason, so I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go, and I will either talk to you on Friday night or Saturday, like before I leave to go meet my friends. Hello, it is Friday night, and I don't know if you can hear, but my laptop just started making a whole lot of noise. It feels like it's gonna explode. So that's happening, but I have some reading updates because I finished a book, I started another book, and I made progress in another book. So I finished Black River Orchard, and I actually don't really know where I was when I last talked to you. I'm pretty sure I had started it because I'm pretty sure I talked about it, and there's no other video for me to talk about that book other than the weekly vlog. So I'm pretty sure I had started it, but I don't really know at all where I was. But the thoughts that I know that I mentioned are basically like the same way that I still felt about it throughout the rest of the book, which is like it was okay, and I really liked the descriptions of things and like what was happening, and they were just very gross and creepy, and I did really like that. And I also did like to learn about the origin of like those apples and like the apple tree and all that. I did really like to learn about that, but I just never really connected to any of the characters that much, and so I wasn't invested in them personally. So like when they were in danger, which obviously they were, at least in the horror book, I didn't really care if anything happened to them. You know, I didn't care if they got hurt or like people that they cared about got hurt. It was just like it was okay. Like I was just like there for the ride, but I didn't, personally care about any of them. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's like 3 or 3.5 stars. I'm leaning more towards 3.5 because I did like the vibe overall, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet, but either 3 or 3.5 stars. And then I started the book that I said that I really wanted to start when I saw it on Goodreads, and that was Yesteryear. I started today actually, and I got 35% in, and I am really liking it. And this is, actually I don't know what this is, like the genre. I think on Goodreads it says like historical fiction or something, which doesn't really, I guess yes, but also not really the vibe that it's giving me. Let me see what it says here actually. It says, yeah, fiction, historical fiction, mystery. Sure, I mean, definitely mystery. And so we are following, what is her name? I already forgot. I'm terrible at names. Natalie. So we are following Natalie, and she just pretends to have like this perfect life. She has a husband and a bunch of kids. Honestly, I don't know how many kids she has. And she just pretends to have like this perfect life. She lives in a farm. She shows like to the world this perfect life because she's an influencer. She has like millions of followers, and she shows this perfect life that she and her husband and their kids have. But she doesn't show like the behind the scenes with how many employees and nannies and cooks and everyone that she has working to show this perfect life. And at the same time, her life like is not perfect even for her, because she actually hates her life. And yeah, she has this show of a life. And one day she wakes up and she is in a house that sort of looks like hers, but is not hers. And there are a bunch of kids in her house that like sort of resemble her kids, but they are not her kids. And her husband also resembles her husband, but he's not her husband. And she's like in the 1800s or something like that. And now she has to actually, work on a farm and just doesn't have the help of a million people working behind the scenes to help her. And she is really struggling, and she's really confused because like she knows that she's not, home, but she doesn't know like where the hell she is or how she got there and who the hell those people are. And there are some weird things happening because like it's supposed to be the 1800s, but there are some modern things, like a couple modern things that she has noticed. So that is really weird and really unsettling. And I love that feeling. And yeah, I'm really liking it. At the same time, we are getting like, I guess, flashbacks to Natalie's past, like college years and when she met her husband, when they got married and all of that. And yeah, I'm really, really liking it. The vibe, the unsettling, uncomfortable feeling that this book is giving me, I'm loving it. I am loving it so much. I am having a great time with this. I really, really, really am. And yeah, I'm only like a third in, but I'm really liking it. I hope it continues like in this way. And I'm really curious, like I have no idea what is happening, which is why I don't really know like what the genre is, because I have no idea what is happening. But like in the best way possible. I am having such a good time. And the book that I made progress in is obviously Iron Gold. I read part 2. I am on page 280, I think. Yeah, I'm on page 280. And I'm also really, really liking this. Like crazy things are happening here. I am very excited about everything, but I'm also very, very, very scared because a lot of things have already gone wrong, and a lot of things I feel like will also go wrong. And I am scared for these characters that I love because I know they will suffer, and I don't want that. you know, I don't want that. But at the same time, like, it's so good. Like, the story is so good, and I am so invested. And yeah, like today I read like I think 80-ish pages, and I was like hooked. I was really, really hooked. I was like glued to the book. So yeah, I'm having such a good time with both of these books. Like, yeah, truly, truly having a blast. And yeah, those are my reading updates, which were, I guess, quite a few. And I'm really happy that I am back to really loving to read, because I was in a slump for a while there. But yeah, everything's better now. And today I also got an email saying that I had some books to go get, and it's also great. And there are like 3 of my anticipated releases that I had like pre-ordered, but I had to wait for all of them to be released because they were all like part of the same order. So I had to wait for like the last one, which was released this week, so I could get them all. And my laptop had like calmed down, but now it's going crazy again. I don't know what's happening. Like, it's not doing anything. It's just open, not doing a single thing. But anyway, so in order of release, I think would be this one first, which is Children of Strife, which is book 4 in the Children of Time? Memory? I don't know. What is the series called? Because I know there are books with both of those titles, but what is the title of the series? Hello, can you please tell me? Children of Time, I think, because it's the title of the first book. So yeah, Children of Time, which is sci-fi, and I'm very excited for this, but also this book is massive. Not to mention like how tall and wide it is. I hate how new releases are this big. Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, the books like this size are, you know, comfortable to hold, to read. Books this size are not comfortable to hold. Like, this is massive. This is bigger than my head. This is ridiculous. And also, it's long as fuck. Like, excuse me, when I saw this break of a book, I was like, hello? What is happening? This is like, I think just under 700 pages, which like is long, but it doesn't have to be this crazy long. Like, this book is 600 pages, and it looks so much smaller. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But I'm very excited for it. So yeah, this will be the next one I read out of my anticipated releases, because I am reading them in order. So yeah, this is the, probably after I finish Iron Gold, I will go into this. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm kind of scared because of how massive this book is, but I'm happy, and I love these colors so much, and I'm very happy. Actually, they all sort of like have these same color scheme, which was, I mean, this one is more green, but the others, I mean, no, they actually, yeah, they have the same color scheme, which was not at all intentional for, you know, the books that I bought to have the same color scheme, but they do. And so next we have Daughter of Crows, which is fantasy, and it's the first book in a series that might have the same title as the book. Actually, no, it does not at all. It's called The Academy of Kindness. So not at all even similar. And it's really pretty because, you know, it shines. So yeah, that's gorgeous, and, you know, also blue-ish. And yeah, very excited also for this. And then probably my most anticipated book of the year, and I do want to kind of drop everything and read this, but I won't. I will control myself and read the books in order like I have planned. But that is The Fate of Beasts, which is the second book in the Captives War series, which is sci-fi. And I think the first book came out 2 years ago, I think, which was just like after I finished reading the Expanse series, which is from the same authors, which is like a 5-star series for me. And the first book of this series I also gave 5 stars to. And yeah, I mean, I also expect to absolutely love this one, and I am so excited for it. And again, it has the same sort of color scheme. Like, that was not intentional, but you know what I mean. Oh my god, I'm gonna let them fall. Wait, let me try to do this the better way. Okay, I don't know if you can see anything because I cannot see the camera, but yeah, you know what I mean. They do look good together. And yeah, I'm very excited to read all of them, but especially, I can't wait to get this. But yeah, I'm very happy that I finally have all these books. and but I'm also very happy with the books that I'm reading, so I will calm down. And I think that is all that I have to tell you. And yeah, tomorrow I will be with my friends, so if I do read anything, or I guess in this case listen to anything, will be like yesteryear while I am still around the house. And that will be that. And then Sunday, I guess if I do read, it will only be at night. So I don't expect to be reading that much during the rest of the week, but I feel like I've read a pretty good amount so far. So I'm very happy, and I am very excited to go be with my friends, spend some time with them this weekend. And yeah, I definitely will not be updating you during the weekend because most of the time I will not be here, and again, I won't be reading much. So I think the next time I talk to you will be on Monday to wrap up the vlog. Okay, it is in fact Monday, and I am here to wrap up the vlog. And I did get a bit further into yesteryear on Saturday, but not too much. I got like halfway through, technically, if you want to be specific, 48%. And yeah, I just read a bit more like before leaving to go meet my friends on Saturday. And then yesterday I didn't read anything, either from this or Iron Gold. I didn't read a single thing. And yeah, I got a little further into this, but like not enough to like, you know, have more opinions about it. Like I continue to definitely enjoy it and to be very intrigued about what is happening. And yeah, I'm definitely having a good time. I'm definitely enjoying it. And so like I expected, I did not read a lot during this weekend, but I had a lot of fun during the weekend. I ate a lot. I saw some cats, met some new cats, one at a distance, the other one very up close. And yeah, it was very fun. And we left, I mean, I left my house at around like 4:30-ish. Then my bestie almost lost a train, but she made it. And we went. And then we came back. I think I got back home at like around 7-ish p.m. because I still had to go like to the grocery store and stuff yesterday. So like I was tired. Not that I had done anything productive, but I was just, you know, tired of existing, I guess. Like I didn't do anything since I got home. Like I ate dinner and like I watched YouTube, and that was it. I didn't do anything. So yeah, I was just tired. So yeah, I didn't read anything yesterday. And yeah, that is what I have to tell you, I think. And so let's wrap up what I did read this week. So I finished Dig, I read Black River Orchard, I started Yesteryear, and I made some progress in Iron Gold. I got like 2/3 in, and that was 1,375 pages, which is like way more than I expected. Like that is a crazy amount of pages for me. And like Black River Orchard is basically like half of that almost, because it's over 650 pages. Like that book was massive. And yeah, I mean, I did listen to most of it, so there's that. But yeah, I am very happy with the amount of pages that I read, and I am very happy with both of the books that I am currently reading. I'm having a lot of fun with both of them. Fun is maybe not the correct word, because I am very stressed with this book, but I am enjoying them a lot for both of them. And yeah, that is it. And yeah, I had a great time overall this week. And that is it. That is everything. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!